Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly. And this is Welcome to Plathville, Season 8, Episode 2. You catch more flies with honey.
Who's catching the flies in this episode, do you think? Who is this? Ethan's catching flies with honey? I don't know.
Usually I catch when they say the name of the episode, but do they do that on Plathville?
No, I didn't
not
catch it
inspired at all by anything anyone said.
I think they had a season of that where it was like you're listening for the name of the episode.
No,
I wasn't really in this,
really.
but this is a concept that's usually referred to in dating. Was this the right episode description?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what we got sent.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, like,
Oh.
is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, this didn't seem to fit what we saw the episode of. Is this a dating episode? Didn't seem like it, right?
Why do you think you catch more flies with honey has to do with dating?
It's like a keep sweet thing, isn't it? You catch more flies with honey because you need to be sweet to attract people to you?
Generally a behavioral thing of you catch more flies with honey. Have you never heard this expression before?
I don't think we're on the same page today at all.
Okay.
I think we're struggling today. I guess we'll see how this goes. Let's just get into the episode then.
You got me worried.
No theorization.
I don't know.
necessary
I
here.
copy and paste what the person from TLC puts
Sure.
in the email.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. All right. Gossip is evil. Let's talk about gossip then. That's something we can all agree upon.
Okay, this is where I think it connects back to the title. Where if you're going to be a Grotsky bitch and say mean things about other people, they're not going to like you, Kim Plath. So you catch more flies with honey.
So you're telling Kim to be sweet. Keep sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want me to love you, be more lovable. sort of
Kinda.
advice.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
We have not left the place where all the Plaths were in the last episode. They're
The
still
farm.
gathered around the table at the farm.
Multiple tables. Yeah, remember?
How
Because
come-
KK Ken's just cruising on the jukebox in the living room.
Why does the farm look unrecognizable to me now?
This isn't just one table. That was two separate tables that they had to smash together because they had so many people seated around these tables.
Mm-hmm. But I don't even recognize the living room when they're inside the house. I'm so confused.
Because you're at Bennigan's. You've been transported. You're just
I
looking
just feel
for
like
your raspberry jam to dip your deep fried sandwich into.
Kim came here and she made this farm look like something it never was before because she doesn't want to be remembered of the days that she lived here last.
Maybe that's it. Plus, things look a little different after you've had a bottle of wine. So she's got that. Everything's got that glow about it, you know?
Inspiration for the interior decorating that's happening.
That's what I want it to look like. I want it to look like I've had a bottle of wine.
Yeah. I just pulled up on the front lawn.
Yeah.
And stumbled out. Somehow got the door open. And I'm going to finish off whatever's inside, whatever bottle of wine's open.
Please tell me why. No.
That song is about Kim Plath.
It was written by Kim Plath. She didn't receive a writing credit on it, but she should be.
Lydia's not done telling them all the things that they did wrong.
The airing of grievances is carrying over. Yeah.
This one is specifically for Kim. Now, I kind of think that the brothers deserved a little bit more than they got out of this. She should have really been a lot more critical of the way that they behaved.
Maybe a little bit more critical of Ethan's push-up form as well, next to the trucks. That would have been another note that we could have had for the family get-together here.
Mm-hmm. Something that needs to be addressed at some point.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Maybe not today.
Maybe not.
So Lydia's still upset that we had that moment last season where they were planning the wedding, and Kim was upset that she felt like Zach was usurping Lydia by picking the wedding colors. And that was something that really upset Lydia when she heard about it, because she was like, my mom doesn't even know what she's talking about. Green was never going to be the wedding color. We were having conversations about what we both liked.
A little bit of confusion. Green was a wedding color that came up, but it was a different guy. It wasn't Zach. So that made things a little awkward.
Yeah.
Made it a little bit weird. I don't want to associate a dress that was purchased by somebody else for me on my wedding day to somebody else.
Okay, how scandalous is that story, though? So Lydia had some other guy buy her a dress?
Well, wasn't that Olivia's brother? Remember? That was the... Remember? Do you not recall this
No,
at all?
I do, but my jaw's on the floor.
Oh, my God.
Was it that serious? That
I
he
don't
was
know.
buying her clothes?
I don't know who else she would have been that serious with. I think that was the only other person she was in communication with at the time around there.
So this is a bad memory for her now. So she doesn't want to associate a color that has a connection to another guy.
Yeah.
She doesn't want that at her wedding.
She already planned a wedding with somebody else. Oh, gosh. And that one didn't come to fruition. So... yeah, I don't want to bring any of those wedding plans into this relationship with Zach.
What do you mean wedding plans?
What there was like, are you going to tell me that Lydia wasn't like planning? Why are we not on the same page?
I don't
What's
know.
going on? Look, I'm saying that like Lydia was dating a guy. We know what that means for her. She's planning a fucking wedding.
She dates to marry.
She dates to marry.
She
She's
already
courting.
envisioned. She had a vision board.
It was
In
already
the prayer
planned.
closet. I'm sorry, she probably wouldn't call it a vision board.
Not a vision board.
I'm
It's,
sure
yeah,
that
something else.
there'd be another term for it.
Mm.
But in the prayer closet, she had all of her prayerful hopes for the future.
The manifestation station? Something, I don't know. But yeah, so like I'm saying that things were not that serious, but we never met that guy on camera. I'm pretty sure it was Olivia's brother, Ethan's ex-wife's sibling. So that makes it
I'm going to call you
extra
out
weird.
for starting a little bit of gossip.
This is
I
gossip?
think you started a rumor. I don't think Lydia would be happy about that. 'Cause
Prove me wrong.
That's why we're talking about this.
Then tell me.
She felt like Kim started some gossip by saying she didn't pick a color that she really liked just because she was going with whatever Zach wanted.
The hunter green.
And what Kim gets out of Lydia clarifying this is, well, I'm glad she finally admitted that that color was being considered.
Yeah, because she really blew up my spot on social media saying that she never picked hunter green as a color. But proof, now she's able to set the record straight that, yes, the last time we spoke about wedding planning and wedding colors, it was forest green, hunter green.
Hunter green, I believe.
It was forest sage. It was something else.
Yeah,
What are
so
some other
not-
swatches?
What she's getting out of it is not, I really hurt my daughter's feelings.
No.
I started things off on the wrong foot with my son-in-law. It's that I was right after all, and I'm glad she finally admitted it in front of everybody.
Vindication, I suppose, is what Kim could have KK Ken queue up on the jukebox inside there. I don't know if he has that record. It's not an 80s classic rock tune, so.
You think that that's what he's got on the jukebox? Well, I guess we heard her talking about some of the
Van Halen.
the music that they had.
Jump by Van Halen was what one of the little children was learning on the piano.
The little children. One of the creepy little girls.
One of the littles.
Who knows which
Yeah,
one?
the laughing, the running around the farm and giggling. Stop.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I'm glad they're getting older to the point that like we won't get the track of the three of them
Yeah.
like singing in unison anymore because it was so creepy.
That, yeah. And like that's what I'm saying. Like just running around in a field and giggling and stuff. Like there's a certain age where you can't do that anymore.
Mhm.
And we're getting close
Somebody
to it.
might need to tell Lydia.
Yeah. I mean, Lydia and Zach, because that was like how they spent their wedding day.
Yeah, it was a lot of last season.
That was a big chunk of that. But okay, so what everybody can agree upon here, what's the main takeaway? We all need to work on communication. And Micah is the biggest proponent of this. He's pushing, we didn't really have a great example Kim and Barry.
Yeah, thanks, Mom and Dad.
Didn't really learn from the best here. But then Amber is flipping her petty switch, and she's like, that's pretty rich that Micah's suggesting that we all learn how to communicate better, even though he just keeps going back to Florida, and then we don't talk to him, we don't hear from him, we don't see him.
Is somebody paying his phone bill? Because otherwise I think he doesn't have a way to call you.
Yeah,
he does need a Florida woman to pay his way for him.
This Florida man needs a Florida woman to make sure.
You know, Amber's interesting because I think she says things to the camera that she's not supposed to.
She's trouble. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They pull her aside and she just starts talking.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if she's going to use her powers for good or for evil.
Oh,
yet.
evil.
It seems like it's not going great.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
don't feel like she's
I don't think she's on a good
channeling
path.
it in the right direction.
She's not on a good path right now.
No.
So
I'm concerned about it.
That could get interesting. Something we'll have to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
For sure.
The communication conversation, I feel like should have, of course, been a lot different than what it was because they have a hard time communicating their feelings, which is why they do things like throw tables that you've rented on your wedding day. But it all roots from the fact that Kim didn't let them talk about their brother after he passed away.
Oh, that's, yeah, the deep-rooted issue that Lydia ties everything back to. Because if we're talking about not being able to communicate properly on Lydia's wedding day, that goes back to we haven't been able to talk about anything.
Anything that upsets Kim.
Anything that upsets
That would
Kim.
be my little asterisk.
Yeah, or like anything that's just... I guess the other problem is nobody can bring something up without somebody getting viscerally upset. Because I think that's what they're all kind of walking on eggshells around Ethan about too, is because it's like you can't mention anything that upsets him because he will literally just fly off the handle at that point. There is no emotional regulation. Maybe that's what we need to work on. Instead of communication, just focusing on that part, maybe some emotional regulation.
Yeah, I think they probably need that first.
Yeah, in order to communicate. Because if you just jump into communicating and then everybody's just reacting to each other and setting each other off, that's not going to be good. So maybe we can kind of build on that emotional depth first within ourselves.
And how are you going to have honest, open communication with other people if you're afraid of the way that they're going to respond to you?
Afraid, or you're just waiting to pounce too. It's just... say something, so then that way I can say something back at this point, and that's what we're looking for.
That'll make good TV.
That'll be
Maybe
better.
they shouldn't go to therapy.
Yeah, that's what's keeping them from this. Yeah, that's what's keeping the show alive at this point. A lot of people said Veronica kept the show alive last season, but I mean, I think just the lack of therapy is what is keeping the show going at this point.
They have plenty of dysfunction. They'll keep finding new issues.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There'll be new problems.
They're just moving stuff around. Yeah, just keep it moving. Keep this moving. That's why KK Ken's back, too. He's the lightning rod for Kim. You got to have somebody worse on the cast than Kim, because otherwise...
It's working so far.
It's working!
I've seen some of your reactions to the fact that he's back, and 2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs down. Yeah, people are very upset about KK Ken being back, and I think if he wasn't here, people would be like, Kim's horrible. It would mostly be focusing on how terrible Kim is, but that's not really what the outcry seems to be at this point.
Yeah, Kim and Ethan. They're really trying to convince us that we should like Ethan.
Ethan was in every single scene this episode, which was just gross. Because, I mean, learning what we learned in the off season based on what Olivia was posting about, not good. So, I mean, for everybody to cancel The Bachelorette with Taylor, Ruby, Frankie, Paul.
Right.
And then we have Ethan Plath making his return on Welcome to Plathville.
He's a ticking time bomb.
And this dude is, again, we have the different version of him because he's not as upset right now. He's not angry, Ethan. He's depressed. He's a little depressy Bessie this season.
Those are really his only two modes.
Yeah.
He used to be like the class clown of the family.
Yeah, he was goofy.
But
Ethan.
I still feel like that was on the surface with a lot of stuff packed down underneath it.
Yeah, he would still bottle everything up, and then it would come out as anger or depression in different forms, I guess, or at different times. But he would just pretend like everything was okay, and then it wasn't okay. So that's what we're running into now, is where it's like, okay, he is trying to navigate some of these emotions, but he doesn't know what to do with those emotions. Anytime there's negative emotion, he just kind of, I feel like he ruminates on stuff, but he doesn't even know like that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Where he just fixates on a thought.
I think you're right. And that's what he does when he goes to the garage and works on the cars.
Yeah.
He just thinks about things over and over and over and over and over again.
And that's like a form of, because he avoids resolving. He doesn't want to work on that or address it, but he just wants to not think about it. So it's an avoidance thing. But then I think that he is thinking about it all the time. Like, you can't just completely ignore it. If you're trying to be busy with other things, I feel like that's just the deflection for that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to give him an out because I think he's a horrible human being. But I also could see how it would be really overwhelming to be involved in some type of confrontation that needs resolving, and you don't have the tools at all to even know where to begin.
Yeah. So I think that's what we need instead of just communication, because that's what that's not the only thing.
Well, they're making it sound like we just need to talk to each other more.
And not limit our talking to small subsets of people and keeping information. But that's how Kim finds people to pick to be on her side. So this is the way that Kim knows how to navigate these relationships with her family.
Kim is pretending that she doesn't know what gossip is.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like she's trying to be like, I think things are pretty good the way it is. It kind of like, it happens. Sometimes you got to talk.
I'm just asking what they think about, I don't know, Ethan moving to Wisconsin, or if they think that Lydia's husband-to-be is gay. They're just questions.
Just asking the questions. And also sometimes it's bringing stuff up where it's a smaller group. I have to just keep the conversations going of these similar interactions and just smaller subsets of the larger family. It's a big family. We can't get everybody together for every conversation.
The problem is when you're having those discussions behind somebody's back and they don't know that that's what you think of them.
Or like the intention. Yeah, the intention is you don't want Lydia to find out that you said those things.
I think that Lydia felt like Kim was very two-faced during the whole process of planning her wedding.
Without saying that.
Yeah.
But like that was the behavior, right? Is that you're pretending like you're being supportive because you're competing with Barry on that front.
Yes.
And Barry's doing a great job of being supportive dad and being all on board.
But then you're telling the camera and the rest of our family all these other things about me and my fiance.
And you're getting Ethan and Isaac all fired up too about how they think that Zach's gay and they should be concerned about that. And if that's what you're thinking is happening, then you need to say that stuff and you need to not let it go. And it's like, no, that's not good either.
I am kind of struggling with the fact that she is holding Kim accountable a lot more than she is the guys.
Right.
And I guess I just feel like their behavior was really disgusting and they're adults and they're responsible for how they behave too.
Yeah.
So,
and they all chose a different woman to blame their behavior on because
so I'm not really loving that it feels like, okay, a woman's getting the blame again, even if it is Kim Plath and, you know, she deserves a lot of hatred for the way that she handles things.
She earned it for a lot from last season, but I get what you're saying too of Micah's out was he blamed Veronica, Isaac's out was he blamed Olivia, and then I guess Ethan kind of blamed Olivia too, or I mean, I think he kind of owned up to the fact where he was like, I didn't trust Zach. I didn't know him, didn't trust him.
I'm also questioning the edit that we're getting.
Yeah.
Just because this
It's a
episode
show.
now
Yeah, it's a show.
does seem like they're trying to sell Ethan back to us.
Right.
Because he's become moving towards the area of an irredeemable villain.
Yeah.
And how do you make a whole show about this family when he was like a big cornerstone of it?
You got to win him back.
Yeah, don't you think that they're trying to set up like a love story of how he and Tegan are going to reconnect at some point in the season, and this was the perfect woman for him, and he is going to go chase her to get her back.
Yeah, he's learned what he needs to grow in those areas to get her back.
I think that Kim and production thinks that we're going to enjoy watching that. Like, we watched Ethan's first marriage fall apart. Now we're supposed to root for him to find a new love.
Yeah, like the love interest angle is what it's gonna.
Which, of course, none of us feel that way.
I'm still not rooting for it.
Glad that all women are marked safe right now at this point in filming.
That, I think, is Olivia's biggest accomplishment, where she's like, I am making it my job to make sure this man cannot marry anybody else. Like, that is my commitment to the world at this point, and like that's what she's trying to do. So. We end the conversation, though. We're finishing up with a rose and a thorn, I guess. A sort of activity.
Why don't we all go around the table, since we're working on communication?
Yeah.
And say one thing complimentary about that person, and then one thing that you think they need to work on.
And we just took notes on the things that they need to work on, because I don't really care about the compliments.
Yeah. Well, and in this family, they're definitely going to clock that about what somebody said about them, and at least Kim, and I think Amber and some of the others who are a little more Kim-like are going to hold on to that for later.
Yeah, because I think Lydia makes the suggestion for Kim of, you have a lot of great ideas. You just kind of need to narrow them down, stay focused on, smaller set of ideas, I guess. But yeah, she's got a lot of irons in the fire. She's got a lot of things moving around.
I was confused by that comment.
It doesn't seem like there's much of an issue with Kim coming up with schemes. Like that seems like that's what this is tying back to.
Yeah. Or was that the nicest way to say, you live a pretty unstable life?
What other ways?
Let's get you on the straight and narrow. Let's get you focused.
I'll be honest with you. If Kim has all these crazy ideas, haven't heard about a lot of them. I think she seems like a pretty one-track mind, where it's just like...
Well, she was living on a houseboat, abandoned that. First, she abandoned her kids. Then she abandoned the houseboat.
Let's just summarize this. She's been wasting away in Margaritaville. That's the one the one track that we can always expect her to be on. Is just I think she's living a very Jimmy Buffett sort of lifestyle right now.
Yeah, with the jukebox.
Specifically.
Did I just say that correctly?
Jukebox?
Is there a K in there?
There's a juke box.
Juke. Thank you.
Okay.
Just making sure.
I don't know what you were saying before.
I don't either.
I don't want you to emphasize it and slow it down. Jukebox is what it is. Okay.
Michael told Ethan to grow up.
Which, again, we have depressed Ethan, so he's like, that's a fair point. You're making a lot of good points right now, Micah.
Is he depressed, or have they tranquilized him this season?
I think it's depression.
I think Kim's like, here's a Diet Coke, Ethan.
Yeah.
She mixed something in there beforehand. She's swirling it.
Well, it tastes pretty flat, but it's a little chalky at the end. What else is packed up in there? I don't know. I think Ethan just goes home every night and he's like, oh, nothing to squeeze tonight. And that's the
Squeezing
depression.
the pillow.
Yeah. He's just pulling the pillows up close tight to him, and just, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Shall we go wig shopping?
Oh, well, okay. So that was Moriah's main takeaway too, was let's learn to express our thoughts and feelings without hurting each other.
Right. She doesn't say that in front of everybody.
Oh, she did.
No, I thought that was to the.
Oh, baby.
I thought that was in an interview.
No, she was like backing up she was seconding what Lydia said about.
Oh, I know she's very anti-gossip.
No gossip allowed.
Which.
Murdered by gossip. Don't let it happen to you.
Let us have a little fun.
And
you only live once.
Especially about people's wigs and hair and medical stuff, because that's a HIPAA violation reminder here.
Don't you think Moriah would have gotten a YOLO tattoo had this been the early
I think she would have been chomping down on some Tide Pods. Yeah, she'd be doing all sorts of different challenges. Something would be happening. So no, okay, we'll go wig shopping and see what's going on, because this is Moriah, Ethan, and Amber. But Amber didn't really have much to contribute here. And then Ethan, I mean, there was some illuminating stuff that was happening, but I don't think it was the stuff that he was expecting us to learn about him.
No.
Because they were trying to do, they're building up this. Ethan's a real supportive character because Moriah's been struggling with her alopecia. It's really ramped up again. And so now she's like completely off the hair thing.
I wonder why she was more stressed out than ever after Lydia's wedding, and it led to her losing most of her hair.
Well,
I can't imagine what could have been going on in all of their lives that would have been so stressful.
Yeah. Well, so not last season. The season before that was a pretty stressful season for Moriah Plath as well.
The Devil in the Suit and Tie.
Devil in the Suit and Tie. We were doing all that. I don't know. Maybe she was just, the looming deadlines of her album and everything else that she had that was not coming to fruition. And it's just, you're not meeting those expectations. And now you're hearing it from the fans constantly. Where's your next album? Where's the next single?
I understand that this sucks. She's lost her hair, and now she's going to be very vulnerable on television by showing everybody what she looks like now that she shaved her head.
I'm going to try and scroll that. Oh, Macy's
really...
She's really leaning on me here.
Keeping you from being able to
try a left-hand scroll. Here we
go.
There we go for the notes. Okay. There we go.
I hated the scene. I was going to say it. Look, I am kind of tired of hearing about Moriah's journey with her hair.
Okay.
I mean, we know
it was coming out in clumps, and then she decided she has decided to get the clippers, and she wanted Ethan to do the honors for that. So she had him shave her head, and that has now permanently attached him to her hair storyline. He did not know that was a contractual obligation that he was committing to for the remainder of the season now.
Well, that was what annoyed me about this, where she's talking about how that's a side of Ethan that people don't really get to see, because after he helped me shave his head, he kissed the top of my head and told me that I was still...
Not his head.
Oh, after he shaved her head... He kissed the top of her head and told her that she's still beautiful.
Yes.
And so, I don't know, guys, but that makes up for all of the rest of the behavior we've seen or heard about that comes from Ethan Plath, right?
Moriah has a pretty good judge of character. She's got that Barry Plath sense of character.
I mean, it's okay if somebody is abusive towards their partner or is racist and homophobic and all of the other things we've heard about Ethan, as long as they find those little moments to show the people that they love that they really care. Yeah,
showing up in that moment where Moriah really needed him, because it was like, oh, I want Ethan to do this.
That's true. Fuck everyone else.
Fuck everybody else. I don't
really care about their stories.
I don't care about what Ethan feels about all these other people. I care that he cares about me. That's very important to me.
She is the little broken bird, and he came to her rescue.
Okay, do you think that Ethan was uncomfortable in this shop because there were wigs and he thought he might catch some gay or some,
I think it was two things.
It was either that. I was thinking it's either that or the shop owner is a black woman. who was helping Moriah pick out the wigs here.
I believe, ding, 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 it's 1 and 2. It's both.
Little column
the way
A, little
he
column B.
stood there with his hands, they weren't even just crossed, right? Because I cross my arms across my body a lot, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was such a closed off posture.
Right.
Where he was also keeping his, like he's hugging into himself. Like he's trying to self-regulate without realizing
Well, he was
what
like,
he's doing.
holding his breath, like his cheeks were getting red.
Didn't say a word.
Wasn't saying anything, was very quiet.
Not having fun with the wig thing at all.
No. But it was like a very Bob Barker sort of microaggression of, I don't want to interact with this person type of things, and don't get too close, and limiting the speaking that's happening between us and stuff. And so there was all those red flags that were about it too, where it was just like, I don't know. I don't know which part of it was making me more uncomfortable.
The fact that Moriah was oblivious to it.
Maybe that was it. Yeah.
She's trying the wigs on, and she's like, what do you think?
Which one do you like?
She's having so much fun doing
None of them.
this.
By the way, I don't like any of the ones that came in here. Keep the one that you had on when you came in. That one looked good.
You didn't like personally any of the other ones.
I didn't like any of the other ones that she tried on.
I thought it was weird when she tried the one on that kind of looked like Olivia's red hair.
Maybe that's what was setting Ethan off too. Wasn't, because didn't Olivia have like kind of a little wig thing? Like I don't know if that was at her sex education party in LA.
No, there was definitely a season where she wore a wig.
When they went to the strip club or something? Where was that?
I
can't remember. There was something with Olivia and wigs, and it was like maybe...
that was like a Gypsy Rose wig, though.
Yeah, like it was just to like spice things up or whatever.
Yeah, in the bedroom. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's where I think maybe Ethan
Little
was...
Demona.
He was... Demona?
That was Gypsy's alternate personality. You don't remember?
I get it, because she's the moaner. So she's Demona.
From the Gypstein Files.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Yeah, there's a lot of wigs in there, you guys. A lot of wigs if you go digging around in there.
Yeah.
But that lines up with, Moriah's whole season is she's very Gypsy Rose this season. So they were like, hey, bust out the wigs, get going. Maybe come up with some characters. Yeah, have your own Demona that you can come up with here. That'd be great.
Maybe don't follow down the path of other things that Gypsy's done, though. Give her time. Let her cook. She's going to find a husband who dictates all the rest of her personality, and then she'll be fixed.
Do you think that's going to be the rescue? That's going to be the solution? Is that she's going to find someone to submit to? Or do you think she's going to have like a Righteous Gemstones BJ sort of husband who's like...
That's too fun. He'll never make it in this family.
Yeah, BJ like didn't really make it in the Righteous Gemstones family either, but I think that would be part of this of like, is it somebody who just fawns over her and like is always celebrating her and is always there even when she is being horrible? And for her, that's what she always thinks, because that's her breaking point, is anytime there's any sort of conflict with anything.
Right, there's something inherently wrong with me and I ruin everything.
Yeah, so like then she bails. She cuts it off and she flees. So I think there's an avoidance there. We talked about that a little bit before.
No, I was telling you my theory that I feel like if Moriah had been a housewife in the 1950s, she would have voluntarily gotten a lobotomy.
that was it. Yeah, she'd be like, sign me up.
That's what I think about her.
Yeah.
That she's like, I really don't want to think that much about anything. I heard that the lady down the road had this done and that now she doesn't have any of those thoughts anymore.
Yeah, no problems.
Everything's better. So I think if you can bring me to get a lobotomy, I'd be very happy.
She'd sign up. She'd be a willing participant of that. For sure. Yeah.
She's looking for someone to shut her brain off for her.
Yeah, because I mean, we were seeing that starting off at Lydia's wedding when Ethan was coming over and telling her, you can't be friends with Veronica. Don't try and pick anything up with Veronica because she's just trying to use you. Okay, Ethan, I was worried about that and I thought about it, but I didn't want to make a decision and I was just trying to be nice and considerate.
Also, that conversation was not from either end about them wanting to be friends again.
Nope. Nope.
So she really should have just told him to mind his own business.
Yeah, you're way off, dude. Not even close. Not even close.
Well, we have to celebrate Kim Plath. And we'll do that after we get back from this short break.
I'm not going to celebrate Kim Plath, though. You could choose to if you decide to do that.
What is this party? It's not a divorce party because she's not calling it that.
Because they're not divorced? Are they divorced? Did we find the paperwork yet?
No.
No.
But
I'm suspicious.
They said they're divorced.
They said that.
The other thing that weirded me out was I looked up all the properties that they own in Georgia because I was interested to see how they split them. And both their names are on everything still.
Yeah.
Some of them have Kim's maiden name, but it's still her and Barry.
Right.
So
it's not making sense. So this is a next chapter party is what she's calling it. It's something that her friends are throwing for her. And they just happen to be doing this at her place of employment, which is also Lydia's place of employment in Tallahassee.
How have they been working together this entire time?
Maybe they're just
over
on
the 8
opposite
months
shifts.
since the wedding.
I had an entire summer where I worked at the same place as my roommate, but we worked complete opposite schedules. I worked mornings, he worked nights. Never saw him. I didn't see him. Like, we kind of were able to hang out here and there. Not so much.
Lydia's like, please don't give me any shift that my mom's working.
That must be it. Lydia's just on that opposite schedule life, and she's like...
They were traveling a lot, too.
Yeah.
Her and Zach.
Yeah, a little bit, I think.
Because I was thinking, okay, you still have this job here? You go away a lot, but I guess if she's a server, right? So it's flexible.
Georgia's is what she kept saying.
I don't know.
It's spelled like Georgia. Georgia's.
Oh, I didn't take note of it.
Yeah.
Should we look up the reviews?
It was making me feel like they were talking about Dorsia, like the place in American Psycho where it was like everybody's trying to get a reservation there. But it wasn't that. But that's what I was starting to call it in my head.
The Dorsia of Cairo, Georgia.
Oh, no, Tallahassee.
Oh, they're in Tallahassee. Yeah. Why are you driving to Tallahassee to go to work, Kim? Does Kim really live on the farm?
That's what she said.
Isn't that like an hour drive, 45 minutes or something like that?
To be like a server? Is Kim the bartender? Maybe that's why she's had DUIs. It's an hour drive to this place.
I mean, I guess you work someplace that's busier than all the other places near you. You're gonna make more money,
right?
But still,
I don't know if that's worth it. Here's the other weird part.
I'm too lazy to drive that far.
A commute like that for doing that work too. No, it's not gonna.
And you're up late.
That's not gonna do it for me. So Lydia forgot to put in her schedule exceptions for this week because
she saw private party and she was like, ooh, more tips.
Tips.
But it's your mom.
No, here's the problem. It's going to be Kim's next chapter party, and that's no good. But Lydia's trying to tell us, no, I volunteered. I wanted to be a part of this. I wanted to be a server for Mom's party.
Did you notice that the little table markers that they put down that said next chapter were the shells from Lydia's place settings at her wedding?
I did not notice that. I noticed that they were shells, and I was like, oh, next chapter.
Kim must have had some left over.
And of course, she had to use them.
She had to use them at her party.
Something for her party, yeah. Because they're just such great shells. Can't let Lydia have anything of her own. No.
That would piss me off.
Oh, God.
I feel like you're going to use them for your divorce party.
Let's
call it what it is.
Yeah, next chapter. Second chapter.
Is she life coaching with Janelle?
She's life coaching with Janelle. That's the spoiler alert. That's what's happening. She's part of the system. She's in the downline now, I guess, for the coaching biz.
Neither of them are really sure how this is going to go because there's still palpable tension between them.
Oh my God. When they first walked up to each other, I was like, who's filming this? Because it was cell phone footage. Was it Ethan maybe? I don't know. I don't know what it was. But Ken was behind Kim. So it wasn't Ken filming. I don't know who was filming this. But this was weird. Their interaction was very strange when they first met up. Where they cannot stand to be around each other because they don't know what to say to each other. Because are we going to pretend like everything's fine? Are we just going to be fake?
We haven't seen them be one-on-one yet.
Oh, no. Yeah, everything's in groups. Everything's in public.
I don't think they're prepared.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm liable to say at that point. Yeah, I might start saying some stuff that Kim's not going to be able to handle.
This was a pretty big party.
There was a good amount of people here. Yeah.
I don't believe that Kim has that many friends. They came straight from Central Casting.
And they definitely didn't plan this. What, you think they just happened to get the same shells that Lydia had at her wedding? No, this is Kim.
Kim planned herself a party.
Kim planned the party, and then she said, my friends are throwing this party for me. Even though I planned the party.
It's the first time I've met them as well.
Yeah, most of them. Most of them.
You could tell because when they had the roast, nobody really had anything to say that was that personal about her.
This wasn't a roast at all.
I was so excited when they said they were going to do that because I was like, yes.
They were like impromptu roast. I was like, okay,
they're
finally.
Giving the people what they want, right? We want to see Kim get made fun of.
Yes.
By a group of people who know her deepest, darkest secrets.
Right. Yes. That's not this group. This group doesn't really know her that well. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. Probably.
The woman who opened things up, though, she said something nice about Kim, and then as she was walking back to the table, she handed her a bottle of wine. And that was a callback to the end of last season where Kim got upset with Barry because he didn't buy her a bottle at the
the wine shop.
I was going to call it the winery.
The wine shop. Barry had told her he bought her a bottle, and then she went to the counter and she was like, he didn't buy me a bottle. Nope. Guess not. Guess the card got declined or something. I don't know what happened there.
That was funny.
That was pretty good. Mm-hmm. And if Barry did that intentionally, then bravo, sir. Passive aggressive to the max.
Oh, I think he did.
I think he did.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not buying you alcohol.
He's like, yeah, sure. So that way I can be stuck with and liable for providing you with a bottle of alcohol before you're going to drive yourself home? I don't think so. No, I'm not going to open.
You driving through the front wall of the farm.
I'm not going to open myself up to such litigation. Forget it. No, that's not going to happen. But
Ethan's a funny guy, so Ethan has to be here too.
But I was booing so many people because they would get up there and it was like, that wasn't a roast. Boo, boo, get off the stage. Boo, boo. It was terrible. But then Ethan comes out of the ether. He just materializes because he's like, hey, were the cameras around? I'll be there.
He was told he had to come.
I'll be there. Wherever the cameras are, I got nothing else going on this entire season.
You're going to have to read the joke in his...
Oh, no. What was
your impersonation?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess first of all, I have to be careful what I say because I want to be able to go back to the farm. No, you have to laugh like Kim, though. Because that's everything that Ethan was saying, because it's so funny.
Oh, she cackled through the whole thing.
She cackled. Yeah, she cackled at all the jokes. Not really a lot of jokes, though. Well, my mom's the only woman in Georgia that's probably got more ATVs than kids.
It wasn't that funny.
It's not funny.
How many ATVs does she have? Because she has a lot of children.
She's got a lot of kids. Well, if they were acquiring ATVs per kid, we did lose a kid along the way.
Yeah. Are we going to have an ATV accident in this season? No. We've had 2 on Sister Wives.
Can we see
3 on Sister Wives?
Kim go over the handlebars? What's the possibility? I'm just saying over under for that sort of scenario to present itself. Just saying, it could be a possibility. It could be nice. I'd love to see it.
Well, apparently she's building trails in the woods. That's her latest project.
She's not. She's forcing KK Ken to go out into the woods and blaze these trails for her.
For what?
I don't know.
Maybe she's building a Johnston family zip line on the farm. That's going to up the Airbnb bookings.
I'm sorry. I already figured out what this is. She just gives him jobs to go do. So that way he's not in the house.
I got to tell you, it does not comfort me to know that KK Ken is out in the woods at night. setting things ablaze.
Well, that becomes extracurricular activities.
Yeah,
I think while he's out there,
I'm worried about what they're actually doing
with
these two.
Yeah.
She's just cutting down the woods in the farm. Is it on the farmland?
It has to be on that property then, I suppose.
She's like, this is what Barry gave me in the divorce, so I'm going to destroy it.
So I'm going to strip it of its raw material resources. I'm going to be pilling logs out here, making good money. It's worth more. Those plots of land are worth more because it's got trees on it.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's why she took him in the divorce.
Yes, had to. Made sure. Yeah, she had to make sure.
The excitement that coursed through my body when they said they were going to have Lydia come up to give a toast.
Okay. Yeah, they were like, actually, Lydia said that she wanted to say something. Because when they were teeing up, and we got one more person who's going to say something, I was like, oh, dear God, is it Lydia? But no, it was Ken to like puff her up. And I was like, I didn't want that. Boo, boo, Ken. And that's not a roast. Talking about how she blazes trails or makes you blaze trails for her in the woods out back. Boo, boo, don't want it. Lydia, though, she jumps up and it's like, oh, this could be good.
Yeah, Lydia's got a chip on her shoulder still. Yeah. So that's where I was like, finally, we're going to get a roast.
Yes, a roast incoming, perhaps. No.
Squanders the opportunity.
Still let me down. No, it's just something about, maybe we can... good next chapter for you, and this is a next chapter in your life party. We'll celebrate that. Next chapter in our relationship, too. Turn the page on that. Mm-hmm. The problem is it's the next chapter. It's still the same book, you guys.
Yeah.
It's a pretty shitty book so far. So maybe no more chapters.
More of an apology before I was like ready to move along.
Yeah, because I think saying that in this public way at this party, Kim has taken that as, I am absolved.
Oh, everything's good now.
Everything's great. Yeah, like we're done. We're done talking about this crap. So we don't need to do that anymore.
I bet you she's going to be highly upset when she finds out that Lydia still wants to talk to her about everything.
That's going to come as a rude awakening. Yeah, it's going to be a shock for Kim, definitely, at that point. But Lydia falls for... it's all propaganda. Like, Lydia's looking around. She's like, wow, there's so many people here that like and enjoy my mom. And I still don't for some reason. But maybe I'm wrong. This is a gaslighting party to convince Lydia that,
this group of people you've never seen before don't know your mother.
And you're never going to see them again either. Mm-hmm. Never going to see these people ever again.
You've lived with her for 21 years of your life.
You know her better. So don't let all of these strangers fool you and trick you into thinking that you don't know the monster that is Kim Plath.
I felt like when Lydia was saying she's ready for them to start a new chapter together, she meant she's ready to move into a period of healing between them, which requires them to work on things together and talk about past hurts. And Kim took it as, we wiped the slate clean.
Yes,
and we're
starting over again. Yeah, it's like we blamed everything on Veronica and we can move on.
Perfect.
That's how
exactly what we wanted to do.
This plan was going to be. Yeah, that's what we were going to do. Well, since we didn't get a roast of Kim, we figured, why don't we roast her a little bit?
I tried.
Okay.
I tried to write a few lines. Do you want to read them? Because you haven't read them before.
I haven't read them.
This is going to be...
I'll just do a clean take of it?
Yeah. Do you want to read it in the Ethan voice? Or you don't have to. This is what I wish Lydia said. So...
okay. I can't do Lydia voice, though. Sorry, guys. Kim's rules were strict, except for the rules that applied to her. Because don't we know it? The diet sodies, the ice cream.
Like that should have been like the intro.
Yeah. Right. You all know my mom. She's pretty strict. Well, about some things.
Except when it applies to her. My mom didn't raise 9 kids. She raised future documentaries.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, there's a couple different documentaries in there, too. Yeah, just between Micah's nose and Isaac's peanut farming and Ethan's eventual serial killing spree, whatever. Barry, yeah, well, so then that's it's a whole other side of this too.
Mhm.
We're not here to roast Barry though.
No.
Barry is untouchable this season. Not really, guys.
He's been busy for years.
Yeah. Yeah. What is this? Oh, I knew Kim was destined for reality TV because she's always been a big fan of unpaid child labor.
That's my favorite one.
That's good.
I don't think she would have laughed at that.
Yeah, I don't think she would have.
Mm-hmm.
I think the crowd might have lost the room. Maybe it would have been worth
Let's
it. Though.
get a real Plath family roast going.
See, Plath family roast.
Oh yeah, we've got
great.
plenty of material on them all.
Like a real one though. Yeah, we're gonna need some of that. I think that'd be good. Well, Kim's not the only one with new friends this episode. Ethan.
I'm just still thinking about the roast.
Oh, you're still thinking about the
I feel
roast?
like maybe we need to
Was there more?
coordinate that for an end of season.
Oh, maybe
special.
we could do that. Yeah, maybe we could do like some crossover stuff. Have some
Yeah,
other
I think a
people
lot
on.
of us, the other podcasters,
We have a lot of stuff to say.
opinions that
opinions.
we could have a pretty good roast going.
Yeah, probably, definitely. But so Kim had to, make a show of the friends who would come out and spend time with her, and convince Lydia that she's actually a pretty decent person. Maybe you should forgive me and move on and ignore any of my past wrongdoings here. And Ethan's
future
kind of
ones too.
And future, yeah, just forget it. And Ethan's kind of doing that too, where he's like, "Hey, yeah, I like hanging out with my buddy. We write some music
At his mom's house.
at Austin's mom's house." Yeah, this is Ethan's friend Austin. And yeah, the placard, the nameplate, the chyron that we get for the start of that segment, we made sure to note Austin's parents' house. And I was like, they really have to throw that in there? Did they
Poor
really?
Austin.
Poor Austin, man.
He just got roasted harder than Kim did. in
For
the last
real.
scene.
That was it. And we just glossed right on by that one. I will say the snack choices didn't get it. Didn't understand this.
What were they eating?
They had little dishes. So I don't know if these were their snacks or if it was just
His mother's snacks.
his mother's snacks that she had placed out, because she was like, "Oh, if you're having people over, I'll, place some snacks."
Mm-hmm.
There were like gummy, I don't know if it was gummy worms or gummy bears. So there was like fruity gummy gelatin based snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like Oreos. Those don't go together. Don't give me those things at
How
the same
old
time.
are we?
That part too. But like, I would eat some Oreos for sure.
I feel like they had beer, and then Ethan was like, "I can't be seen drinking on camera this season."
He was drinking coffee, right? Or I don't know, maybe it was a little Irish whiskey mixed in there too. But
Probably.
maybe
He's got us thinking that he's just drinking coffee.
it looks like coffee, but maybe
He's staying
that
very
was
caffeinated this season.
Yeah. So maybe we're not being thou aren't being honest with thyself a little bit.
These two have been hanging out every Friday night together.
Friday night is boys' night out. Well, it's boys' night in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
I don't want to say it.
No.
I want to say it. It's a little gay. I want to say it because he had so much to say about Zach. And I think it's funny that he has found this friend.
No.
who's
No, this
being
is childhood friend.
A little odd.
No, this is
like
childhood
the two
friend.
of them.
Oh, you're misunderstanding.
I think that Ethan seemed uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah, this is childhood friend. This is friend we're reuniting because, hey, we're both divorced now. And
Look,
the ladies did us wrong.
I don't think it is. I'm saying Ethan would pass that judgment on Zach if Zach hung out with a best friend who was a guy every Friday night.
Okay.
He would have things to say about it.
I think this is the propaganda for Ethan's storyline of toxic masculinity. What toxic masculinity? Because we know there's a shit ton of it in his life.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to see this
Here's
as
my
like,
least toxic
no.
friend who we eat gummy bears together.
We eat gummy bears and Oreos, and we get picking on guitars together. And we write
innocent fun.
We write songs about our divorces, and we process through our emotions together. What is more like not toxic than that? This is so wholesome. Wholesome masculinity, not toxic.
Sure.
That's what they're
I like
selling.
that Austin knew all three of Ethan's facial expressions.
Yeah, I mean,
He was like, there's this one. And it was like the one where he's really happy. Maybe a little drunk.
I like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker smile that you had to pull on there, though.
There's the one where he's just and very emotionless. That's when he's really pissed off.
That was the wig shopping.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like we just saw that
We saw that one, yeah.
I forget what the third emotion was. Sadness?
No, that was when he was just sitting there happy, where he's just...
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That was like season 1 Ethan, though. That was like fresh out of the house, married Ethan.
Yeah, we haven't seen
Before
that expression in a long time.
Yeah, like that was before he felt the weight of the world on his shoulders here. Now he's understanding like the larger picture of things that are happening. And it's just like, no, it's not good. Not too good.
So they're talking about the music that they write, but then Ethan won't share this one song that he's written about Tegan.
To be fair, he's learned. Because he shared his song.
Yeah.
Was that last season? 2 seasons ago?
2 seasons ago, the song
2
he
seasons
wrote
ago, his Johnny
when
Cash.
Olivia was leaving him.
Yeah. Well, I wrote half of it when I was with Olivia, and I wrote the other half after we broke up, so it's a little uneven. Yeah, it was like some of that stuff. I think he learned. I think he learned not to share the original pieces, as it were. Because,
maybe there are lyrics they can't.
Oh, the lyrics are
say
probably,
on TV.
yeah, that's... Well, they would have bleeped it if they couldn't say stuff on there. But I guess he doesn't want to get in trouble. He's trying not to say anything bad about Olivia because he's still trying to get divorced, because that's how he's going to win Tegan back, is with an engagement ring. These are the plans that are rolling around.
What you think's going to happen?
I think that's what.
That's your prediction. You're locking it in.
Yeah,
there's going to be an engagement.
I think so. That's what's going on. Oh, because that's the other part too. Is he's not singing anything about his breakup stuff, divorce stuff with Olivia. He's also had some love songs that he's written about Big Booby Tegan.
Man, does he miss her?
It's called "Just Look at Those Mountains." Pressed between peaks.
That's my favorite.
It's called Cowboy Pillows.
Get us the album, please.
Oh, no.
Backing tracks by Moriah Plath. He keeps telling us how much he misses Tegan and how she was his best friend.
I think she was his only friend.
Yeah.
That's probably the part that we're missing here. Is that he's like reconnecting with this guy. Like Ethan doesn't make new friends. He doesn't meet new people. He doesn't do
He doesn't like that.
No, he doesn't like change. He doesn't like new things at all, is what he's learned.
It's going to make dating kind of hard.
Yeah, well, that's why he was like, I was all in on Tegan.
Mm-hmm.
This was it. This was
I just gotta win her back.
The first person that I met that was like outside of this. And it's just, now I need to commit to the bit here and make this happen. So do you think that that's probably the bigger problem at hand here, is that it's just, there's this limited exposure of what's going on now, especially with him moving back to Cairo too. There's probably like not a lot of people that he's interacting with on a regular basis. He's trying to reconnect with his old buddy Austin here, I guess, childhood friend.
I'm hoping that at this point there are a lot of people who know who he is, at least if they live in the same town, and they're probably frightened of him and his family members.
Yeah.
Because of what they've presented of themselves on reality TV.
That's the scarier part, is the people that you would associate with then, of like, it's, if you're friends with Ethan, then you're going to be kind of in Mama Plath's orbit there too. That's scary.
I mean, think of who he is already. Your world's going to be very small if you're in a relationship with this man, and it keeps getting smaller.
Yeah. Not good.
Mm-mm.
Definitely not.
No, very scary, especially considering he seems like he has a tendency to be violent.
Yeah, it leans that direction. Not in this scene. they don't want us to think about Ethan being violent at all.
We had the opening of like him apologizing last week to Lydia, and then we had him going wig shopping with Moriah and hearing about how supportive he was to her there.
He roasted Kim in a laughing, jovial, playful manner.
And now he's hanging out with his friend and talking about how much he wishes his life had gone in a different direction.
And they're wrapping up the scene
with
the
tiniest little violin.
Yeah. And they're wrapping up the scene with high fives and I love you, brother. And that's like, that's where we're leaving off now, is with, he said it back too. So again, the opposite of toxic masculinity, just whatever that is, it's real good, positive stuff.
You're not buying it though.
No,
correct?
Not for a second.
I just want to clarify for everybody.
This is all bullshit. Yeah, this is poopy.
Mm-hmm.
This is big old pile of poopy.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why this episode kind of felt like meh.
I didn't like it because there was so much Ethan. Ethan was in every single segment. And it felt like they're really hitting you over the head where it's like, hey, you should like this guy. I don't.
We don't.
And
the
more you try to get me to like this man, I'm going to keep telling myself and reminding myself of all of the horrible things that this person has done. That's what's happening. Same thing with Kim.
I think they really need to lean into the family of villains.
Yeah.
That's who they are. Let's find the innocents in here, right? I feel like Zach, Lydia, maybe one of the little girls. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
TBD.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of them. And then everybody else is just a horrible person who will inevitably start some drama.
Amber. Yeah, Amber's next on the list. She's going to be a problem. She's going to be a problem, man. But that is just one of the many cast of characters. And the Plaths are going to go full Children of the Corn. I know that's been a reference that's been mentioned and thrown around quite a bit, but we'll talk more in depth about that after the break.
Seemed like they could have chosen a different activity for a group of people who have been compared to the Children of the Corn.
Yeah, this was a little on the nose for a Halloween segment.
Maybe that's why Isaac was so upset about having to come out to do it.
Oh, he didn't want to be associated with the project. Yeah, for that. But you know what happened? This was a Kaylynn idea, and she's not part of the family, so she doesn't have to deal with the Children of the Corn references on a regular basis. What I am worried about, though, is Moriah's mental health and well-being of attending this sort of thing. Halloween is not good for Moriah's nervous system. No. She's not doing well with this at all. There are just people in masks, people walking around, people sneaking up behind you. She's very dysregulated. Throughout this entire experience.
She is. Thank you for mentioning that it's Halloween, because that kind of dates the filming for us also. I thought that we might have been in October when we were trying to back into it's been 8 months since Lydia's wedding, but now we have confirmation of it. Because last episode, people got kind of confused about Ethan saying he still wasn't divorced, but it was October.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he still, technically, he wasn't divorced yet. Now he is in current day. Current times.
Yeah, depending on.
Yeah. I didn't think that they were allowed to participate in Halloween activities.
They weren't. Yeah, that's what Ethan was saying, was when they were growing up, they weren't allowed to participate in any holidays. The only thing they celebrated in the house was birthdays.
I just thought that this group would still be averse to Halloween.
Yeah, because Ethan kind of got into it because of Tegan. Tegan
loved Halloween.
She loved Halloween. Think she was a Tim Burton girly? Did we get close? Did Lydia get to try? Did she get a little bit of Nightmare Before Christmas before she left?
I don't think so yet.
We're so close. We're just. I feel like there's a Tim Burton girly inside of Lydia somewhere, and we just
to come out.
We gotta let her out. We gotta let her loose here at some point. Moriah is not a Nightmare Before Christmas Tim Burton girly. You think that she might have been interested in that? Just the aesthetic, the art.
Adjacent, right? I feel like she would do anything to get inside of a Hot Topic back when she was a teenager.
Yeah, but it was too scary, though. I think she was scared of it.
but excited at the same time.
Yeah, but like not enough to overcome it. It was just
they didn't give her enough time or enough freedom.
Yeah,
to inch her way closer. You walk past the store a couple of times. You gaze in.
Right.
You see the crowd that's assembled there. And
Crowd?
One day you bravely walk through the front doors.
And it smells like incense.
Yeah.
It smells like...
And you buy a Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirt and a studded belt, and you never look back.
Or you shoplift some stuff. I'm just saying that sometimes that's an option. It comes up. It happens. Sometimes you can check to see, does it have the ink thing on it? If it doesn't.
What's the loss prevention like at Hot Topic?
It used to be a little lax. There were ways around it. Definitely.
This was all Kaylynn's idea, like you said. And Moriah's talking Kaylynn up. I love her.
Kaylynn's so great.
I think that I'm going to set my eyes on her as the next girl that I befriend, suck the life force out of, and then abandon.
She is like the beacon on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
She is who Moriah is going to pin all of her hopes and dreams on of becoming a normal, functional human being in society. And teach me your ways, Kaylynn, to not be a walking red flag like me. There are no red flags from Kaylynn. Kaylynn is so pure and so just and wonderful and amazing and all of the things that I, Moriah Plath, am not. And that's what I love about her so much. She's just got all these great ideas for family outings and family activities too.
Luckily for Kaylynn, Moriah lives pretty far away. So I think that she's just gotten to the point where she's like, I feel comfortable with this person now. I want to get to know her more. And the days are numbered for Kaylynn.
Kaylynn was mentioning communication. It's funny that they brought that up at the family meeting because communication has been a little lacking lately between Kaylynn and Isaac specifically. And Isaac comes rolling up because Ethan snuck up on Moriah and Kaylynn here and had one of the clown guys come over and scare Moriah. And yeah, that was a whole fun bit, wasn't it? That was so great. Absolutely stellar work, television. Not impressed, if you couldn't tell. So Isaac is, he spent all day picking peanuts, even though it seems like the robots do most of the work on what his 14 hours. He's not hand picking peanuts though. He's very tired. You're just driving around combines is what it sounds like most of the time. You're rolling coal in the video that you sent back to Veronica
eating
as
Chick-fil-A.
a clapback and snacking on.
Remember they did that?
Yeah.
Him and
your
Tegan?
girlfriend. No, it was Kaylynn.
I'm sorry, Kaylynn.
No,
oh my God. I confused them as well.
You're starting rumors.
You're
starting rumors and
what
gossip.
Veronica was trying to explain.
Rumors and gossip.
But yeah, I guess he really would have had to pick a lot of peanuts to pay for Micah's nose. So it's a good thing that healed up very well.
He's not the one. That's stolen valor, okay? Because it's the machines that are doing all of the work. You're driving a machine around that's doing the work.
I get the vibe that this was an argument between them because he's tired at the end of the day and she's like, do I have a boyfriend or not?
Right, because I was going to do Halloween stuff.
With me?
And we have to go to, what is this? It's a haunted corn maze.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do. They're not open during the day. They're not open in the morning. You worked all day. Okay, well, it's nighttime.
I kind of think we've entered the bang maid phase of the relationship where Isaac's like, look, I just want to hang out with you when it's convenient for me and when I get something out of it that I really want.
Yeah.
As far as like doing things together that make you feel like we're a couple, it's not a real high priority for me.
Not as interested in that. I prefer when you drop off Chick-fil-A and you ride my dong while I'm driving around on my big farming equipment.
Now that we've kind of gotten past that phase of the relationship, it's not as fun for me anymore.
I'm losing interest, if we're being totally honest. Mm-hmm. So at one point he said, I would rather, I've been picking peanuts for 14 hours today. I'm tired. I would prefer to go home, but instead Kaylynn wants to do this, so I'm here. Okay, well, if you're not saying, hey, I'm really tired, I don't think that this ain't it. Like if you're forcing yourself
Mm-hmm.
to go and do this because you know that your partner wants you to come and be involved in this, that's not going to be good. You're going to resent her for that, is basically what's going to come out of this.
Oh, it's past the point of him resenting her.
It's already, you've already built that, because now it's, she's always asking me to come out and do all this stuff. We always have to go on like these dates and be together and stuff. And it's just like, I'm so tired. I'm tired after working. I work all day. I just need to come home.
I work so much work.
So it's just that part of it for me was like, just the way he's talking about this. Not good, because there's a resentment that's there.
Well, and there was also from his end, no excitement about being here.
No, yeah. And like
I'm here against my will.
If I had a choice, because you do have a choice. So he's saying, I don't have a choice. I'm here because Kaylynn wants me to be here. I'm here so I don't get fined.
Well, and they're filming the show.
Well, that helps too. I mean, if it really comes down to
Kaylynn collect her Applebee's gift card.
Yeah, I don't think she's probably not staff at this point, right? She's still just peripheral. She drove him to the family meeting last episode in the minivan.
Oh, I don't think she's getting her own paycheck.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, so it doesn't seem like we've hit that point. I think the crew knew to hold off and see how this plays out for a season or two.
Yeah.
But,
the corn maze, it's awkward because Kaylynn gets stuck in the back of them. They're all walking single file trying to get through here. And she's like, great, I'm in the back. Wonder why that's happening. Seems like my boyfriend doesn't want to be around me right now.
Well, she was making it clear, I'm scared. I don't want to be in the front. I don't want to be in the back. And then Moriah is freaking out at this point too. And she's like, I don't want to be alone. Please don't leave me out here. It's kind of close to Gypsy voice, isn't it?
It's gone full Gypsy.
Maybe not full
Almost.
Gypsy, but like she's very concerned. And for Moriah, she's not fight or flight. She's all flight. But she's broken baby bird. The wings don't flap. She can't flight. So there is no fight. There is no flight. She fawns. She freezes. She doesn't know what to do. So I think we're running into the same issues where Kaylynn is afraid of the front and the back of the group. Moriah, I guess she wants to be in the middle of the group too. But then Ethan and Isaac aren't doing like front and back of this.
No, they're the men, so they got to lead the way.
They're leading the way to try and find the way
Our
out.
navigational skills are superior to those of the women.
Do you know how to track your way out of a cornfield by following the breezes and judging off the North Star? Only that? I don't think so. Maybe you can come talk to me when you've been able to find out which side of the trees grow moss. It's the north side. By the way.
The star of this scene, the culmination of it, ends up being Isaac asking Kaylynn to come talk to him in his truck. But then she has to turn her mic off.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I have an alarm
Setting
going
the
off.
mood. Setting the mood for the talk there a little bit.
And he breaks up with her.
Well, okay, we just got a title card where it was like, yeah, shortly after this talk, they had a private conversation because they turned their mics off, so you don't know what they said. If I were Kaylynn, I would have left my mic on and been like, yeah, it's off.
Oh, it's off.
Oh, it's off.
Same.
What do you got? What do you got?
That's what Veronica would have done.
Yeah, we miss Veronica.
Yeah, say what you look.
Been.
She was.
That would have been good.
She was messy.
That would have been TV, baby. Yeah, that would have been episodes.
She would have let them get every moment of what was said inside that vehicle.
Yes. So
that vehicle.
And so to just throw up a title card that just says, "Oh, after that private conversation, he broke up with her shortly after." We need details. We need more answers on that.
I think it's going to happen next week.
I hope so. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because in the preview, she was shocked.
We got to dig into this.
That was the end of their relationship.
She said no one saw this coming. Incorrect. Incorrect. Not accurate.
You could tell there was a difference in the way they were interacting with each other.
Oh my God.
Didn't seem good.
And then what? Moriah got lost in the field, had a panic attack, freaked out. I think that was about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did make their way out. When they got out of the cornfield too, I was like, are they supposed to be out on this side? It seemed like there was nothing around them at that point when they got out.
End.
Yeah, it didn't feel safe wherever they exited the cornfield.
They just found a back entrance.
And exit. Yeah, so like good luck now. It's still pitch dark out here in the middle of the field, but whatever.
So next week we also have Kim and Lydia continuing this conversation. Lydia makes sure to
Brushing
find
hair?
a moment. She's doing Kim's hair.
She's doing Kim's hair,
Mhm.
which that's some trust. Level of trust. That's
Like,
there.
add that to the list of shit that Lydia is responsible for.
Oh,
Now
boy.
she got to do Kim's hair.
I mean, yeah, it adds up. But again, is this going to build back the relationship for them? This feels like the weird mother-daughter things that they probably used to do, where it was like, oh, Lydia is supposed to brush my hair, 100 times before bed or whatever. I don't know what the setup was, but something like that.
Sounds about right.
It feels like that would be an established routine for them, and now they're getting back to that.
Very mommy dearest.
A little bit.
Back into it.
I'm nervous. I'm scared.
And then Rizzler training is going to commence because Barry is going to start dating.
Yeah, this is going to be a big task for Zach. Zach has to navigate Barry's dating life this season. That's a lot to put on this guy. He's new in the family.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing yet.
And now he's responsible for hooking Barry up with somebody?
I don't want him to be Barry's wingman, but that's the first assignment that they have for him is they're like, you need to find, because I think production knows when Barry finds a girlfriend, it will destroy Kim.
I was going to say that's really going to help with Kim liking Zach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be all the more reason why Kim is going to be so annoyed and frustrated with everything that Zach does is because he's just trying to help Barry hook up with all these local hot single MILFs. That must be what's going on.
Well, if you guys have been enjoying the podcast, leave us a review. Share the episode with somebody.
Yeah, wherever you talk about Plathville, drop a comment in and share that, hey, we're doing the podcast recaps over here on Surviving Reality. You got to check them out.
And you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/survivingpod. You can listen to this episode and all the other episodes we are releasing publicly here and on our other podcast, Surviving Sister Wives. Get them ad-free and early over on Patreon, as well as bonus content.
Lots of bonus stuff. We just did the Dr. Phil, what was that?
Dirty Rotten Scandals.
So that was a fun recap. I guess it was a little painful in some ways for me, but
Educational, informal.
Okay, yeah.
Informational,
informal.
It's like informal.
We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.